viewers, welcome once again to Think Tank. My name is Moses Variable.
Think
It
Tank
is said
TV,
that
we're
leadership
live
is
at
not
Asia
about
Crazy
positions,
Gallery, where
titles, or
to
flowcharts.
understand the view.
Welcome once again to Think Tank TV. My name is Moses Variable. You asked of it. Some of you did us emails, some of you called us and asked us to interview the new leadership of the Bonny Integrated Recruitment Center to tell them what your hope is. We have the answer for you today as we're right at the Bonny Integrated Recruitment Center here in Bonny local government area of Rivers State, Nigeria. And we'll be going in to interview the leadership that was inaugurated about a month ago to ask them what strategies they have to ensure that majority of people have jobs to go home with. Join us inside. If you're new to our session, ensure you do well to click the subscribe button, do us a thumbs up, telling us how we can also help you to serve you. Thank you so much. Hello viewers, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. My name is Moses Variable and Mr. Omar Harold has to be anchoring with me. Like you asked, did us text messages, did us emails, some of you called us that you want to hear from the new leadership of the Bonny Integrated Recruitment Center. You have your answers with us. We have on set with us the Public Relations Officer of the Bonny Integrated Recruitment Center, Mr. Sude Amapepo, on set with us. We want to ask him what his plans is for you out there. We want to ask him a series of questions like he asked us to do. Bring him on set and you hear directly from the horse's mouth. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so our viewers have been calling us, they've been bumping us emails, they want to hear from you, they want to know what plans you have for them. And luckily we have you on set today. So can we do a brief introduction of yourself and then go ahead to perhaps tell us the journey so far within the few months of being in office?
Okay, like you've introduced already, my name is Sude Amapepo. That's what it is. I'm the PRO of BIRC and I'm here to do the job.
Yeah.
So far, it's been challenging. I guess the results are rewarding too. There's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it, and I think we're getting it done.
Okay, that's a great one, short one. Okay, so can we know since you're emerging into office, if you have observed any shortcomings from your predecessors, and perhaps the modalities you intend to use to get those shortcomings solved?
Okay, I would like to make this very clear for record purposes. Mr. Dagogo, our predecessor, is an excellent Bonny man. He served his people in his best capacity. And what we are here to do is to continue from the good work he has done for the people and improve on the ones he's doing or is yet to do. Okay, for me, his best may not be your best, but I think he has put in his best. I've been here for 3 weeks and I've noticed, even as a PRO, not even the chairman, it's very taxing. Because looking at it, apart from other institutions, the employment, it's a very integral part of our community. Almost 75% of this whole place are interested in employment, so it's a heavy load. I'm not making excuses for him, I'm not holding brief for him, but I think he did his best and we will continue improve on what he's doing. That's all to it.
Okay, so before he comes in, I don't want to go so deep into that because I know obviously you want to be diplomatic about it as well. I'd like to ask this question in Pidgin because we've had a series of messages from our viewers out there. They asked us to ask you, waiting be the hope for the common man when you get connection, the man when you get money, the man when you know people, the man when you know who you go call to help him. Because life now about who know who, so who call na Imam Mado. We want you to tell them that because all of them they will hear you. Waiting be their hope. How they go take get job for those people who don't get connection, how you expect them to do to get job from this office?
Okay, since our inception, under the direction of my chairman, Ambassador Louis Baningo, there has been a lot of modeling and remodeling. When we came in, we met housing system, we picked from house system. And there are a lot of stakeholders so long as this place is concerned. First of all, this place, employment is an act of the law. This place is created by the act of the law. Employment has a lot of government and a lot of His Majesty, the kingdom. So these are interests. However, these interests are said, we are going on the housing system. And this is what we want to follow. Now, looking at the housing system, You don't need to know anybody. We are partnering with youth leaders and house leaders. All right, from the first all the 34, we are engaging them. We are collecting, giving requisitions to houses to bring their members. That's what we are doing. And the only thing we have done as per the remodeling that I said is that if you look at the house, if you go through alphabetical order, you see that Wacos will take last. So, we have grouped them, putting Wacos in A and just regroup them. We came out about a group of 6. So, we finish group A, we go to groups. Then in 3 months, you see that we'll go round. Each group consists of 5 and 6 houses to make up the 31, apart from Finima, because Finima has a quota 40%. Yeah. So in the 31 house, we remodeled it in a way that this is a group, this is a group. It doesn't matter. We don't look at the alphabetical order. We group the houses. Okay, so far we are finishing with group 1, we're entering group 2, and you see everybody is having a level playing ground. Yeah. So this is the remodeling I'm saying. Now, the houses and the families in Bonny are not the only residents in Bonny. There is space for non-indigenous too, and the BRC is considered with a non-indigenous representative. Now they have also their challenges. However, looking at everybody, like the Igbo community, the Yoruba community, the Akwa Ibom community, all the communities have their meetings. Now they take from their communities. So long as you live in Bonny, you work in Bonny, or you live in Bonny, you do business in Bonny. So you don't need to know anybody. You don't need to know anybody. And now, even for the houses, there is a way we checkmate ourselves. The houses check us, and we also check them. Now, when we give this requisition, I love to see the people personally too. Yeah. So when we send the request, you send us names. We will see the persons, we see the identifications. We know, we place the names to the face. We do a verification so that nobody is victimized, nobody is selling chances. These are the challenges we have here. So the machinery we've put in place, I'm sure is bringing results so far.
Okay, that brings me to the next question. I have a caller who called me and said that he has been disenfranchised in his own house. Okay. And the reason being that the leadership of his house is having issues with his father. And therefore, they are trying to get back at his father via him. Yeah. You understand? So they are denying him job opportunity. And the person is saying that it's not possible that we can still operate the housing system, which is good. I commend your administration for that. And also operate the balloting system at the same time. So we're having a double way of doing it. So both the housing system and then the balloting system. So in case he's been disenfranchised in his place, he can come here and then he can still pick a chance and then work as a board.
Okay, I've handled about 8 of those issues already.
Okay.
And look at what I do. Okay, we can't be fighting. Everybody has responsibilities. And what I do is, if those problems exist, I talk with your leadership myself. Where we cannot, I will absorb you directly, because the BRC is an empire for employment also. Okay, so there are some decisions we override. We have a help desk. At least my office is the first point of call. There is also a member, Mrs. Rita Benstow. We work together to settle all these issues. We have a lot of them. I've handled 8 already. And I pick up the phone and I call youth leader. The youth leader comes. We look at the issues, because most of these persons that complain to, sometimes there are terms of lie in it. Because there are 3 sides to the story, my judgment. Your side, my side, and the truth. Okay, when I hear from every party, we look for it with their fault. There are ways we have resolved about 8 of them. And 3 out of them were lies. The person, no just one go house meeting, no one identify we house. And one other thing why we have resolved to go back to the housing system, we also need to strengthen our institution, which is the housing.
I agree with you.
All right? When youth leaders call for a meeting, there will be large turnouts. Yeah. All right? When they have assignments, because sometimes some villages have to go clean graves, or cut grass in their cemeteries. We need those turnouts, all right? Because if everybody does not go, the housing system goes down, and we are all Bonny people. It goes down on us. So we are taking it back to them, because there is something the house has to offer you, and people go to where something is offered to them. So those cases we rather resolve to settle with your house leadership. You can't be fighting with your house leadership. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so we resolve. When it's not resolvable, then we could override where it's necessary.
Okay, and somebody said, I have been shortlisted for over 3 months, and I have not yet been called to start the job.
Okay, those are very, very regular administrative challenges. I call them strictly administrative challenges, because some of these companies, sometimes they get a job and they are pulled out of sight. Some of them pull out of sight. Some of them cannot do the contract. Some LNG lay them off. and there's a new company that inherits them. I've had one of those cases, and of course they inherit asset and liability. So the liability are, that it's slow, they take slowly to inherit them. So those ones are the issues we've met. We are looking at them.
Okay.
We are looking at them.
Okay, so it sounds as though the opportunities are coming directly from the houses majorly, right? We've had series of people who have started us from the diaspora, from outside Port Harcourt, who have Bonny regions. I want to have an opportunity to be able to get employed, despite the fact that they are not in Bonny. I want to find out from you, how functional is your website, and how can such people get involved in the system to pick up a job?
Okay, I don't know how you got to know about this website, but it's not entirely website, but see, it's going to be a portal. That portal will help us largely for transparency. The houses will shortlist, we will upload so that your staff, your employment status, where it is. If you've been employed like 7 people from the Heart House, 8 people from the Jumbo, or 7 people from the Jumbo, you see it, you see short date or short leave, you see the status of the person working or not. All of us who've been to school, you know what portal does, a unit portal in US.
Definitely.
You can, at some point, we can ask you to upload your identification letter. Those are the things that the portals will do. I don't see any way that the portal, somebody diaspora will apply for a job and will take a job from somebody that is here. Now, even if you are abroad, you are a Bonny person, you are entitled, but you have to come down here and get the job. And there are also jobs that we cannot give you from here. Those are strictly our priority.
Okay, so how is this portal arrangement?
It's on, look, developing ICT, developing those kind of things takes a lot of time, because it's not just developing and doesn't solve a problem. Relevant stakeholders are being consulted for it, because you have to bring your input. We put it, it's a problem solving portal. So we are still consulting. Why is still on development stage? We are making inputs. We are making it like, after this interview, if I notice any problem, I say, no, we need to put in something that addresses this system, addresses this problem. Okay, so all those things, while the portal is being built, I think before we finish the first quarter, the portal will be up and running. And I've not given enough information about this portal. There will be a time where we will have to call people, stakeholders, and we educate them on the portal. People, the general public, or whatever. There are a lot of speculations and rumors going on about this portal, and it's making people afraid. But there is no fear about it. We will communicate with everybody as much as you want to learn. Maybe we'll use your platform to share the message about this portal.
You're most welcome. And I have one question. I'm a member of the Bonny Graduate Forum.
Okay.
And I think you being a graduate, I think you're also supposed to be a member. I don't know, by default, however. I have two graduates. They called me and said they are not being carried along with the scheme of things in the bureau. They said that most of the juicy jobs on the island are being done by non-indigenous. They have written severally to the bureau. They've written to the traditional institution. They've written to the local government council on their inclusion on employment quotas, especially graduate employment. And they have the manpower. They claim they have the manpower. They have everybody. Whatever position you want, they have it.
They do.
And they are wondering, why is it that they are being disenfranchised, they're being denied the opportunity to work and take positions that are juicy in the community. For instance, a company is coming, they have managerial positions. The Bonny Graduate Forum can occupy those positions, not necessarily 100%, but at least a majority or a chunk of it, so that it will be like a source of encouragement for the young ones that are going to school to see that, oh, this one has gone to school.
There are opportunities.
Exactly. So what are you doing? Do you have any plans for them?
Okay. I'm not trying to make excuses, but we are just 3 weeks here, and we've been interfacing with stakeholders. Like before we started working with youth leaders, we had a meeting with them. We interfaced with them. We're interfacing with the CLOs. We're interfacing. I think their time from our diary has not yet come by. Next week, we'll also see them. We wouldn't engage them. We'd love to see them, receive them, welcome them to the administration, hear from them, know what we can do, tell them our packages. There has to be uniformity.
Yeah.
We have to understand our problems, understand our setbacks, and know how we'll come in. So that meeting will come in maybe in 2 weeks from now, and we'll engage them. And I don't also believe that graduates are not working. Graduates are working. Maybe it's not coming from the body, the graduate forum body.
Yeah.
But graduates are working.
Are they graduate jobs that they are working?
Yes, yes.
Scaffolding. I'm a graduate. I'm working scaffolding.
Well, it wouldn't be nice to say Beru only bring only scaffolding job. There are jobs that graduates are working. I will admit that maybe it has not come from the Bonny graduate body, but we will engage the Bonny graduate body and we'll see how we can work together.
Okay.
Okay, so can we have an estimate of right from your inception, how many people you have been able to employ?
Okay. Okay. Before the portal comes, this is what some of the things we need to address with the portal so that you don't keep asking me to be there. But before the portal comes, we'll be doing that quarterly. We'll have a quarterly bar chart, pie chart, however the system wants it to go. But we'll update you quarterly how many persons that are working. We've shortlisted how many people that are working, how many people that are waiting. All those statistics we've made available, but we'll do it quarterly. We can't be doing it because next week another news house will come. Your figure will be different from the figure because we are employing too. So we'll do it quarterly. Everybody can assess.
So we'll make have an estimate of how many.
I wouldn't want to give you the estimate. No, I'll give you quarterly.
So we want to believe that should be able to handle the issue of transparency to a large extent.
Of course. That is what the chairman of BRC has promised. That's why we are developing models for transparency. I've told you about the model for the housing system. I've talked about the template. Everything is going towards transparency.
Okay, so before we come to the close of this interview, Think Tank TV is mostly a live television station, right?
Okay.
So we like to ask questions that will be intellectually captivating for our viewers out there. So we'd like to find out from you, because we saw on one of your platforms online that this organization is out to get people who are willing and qualified to get jobs from this platform. So we'd like to find out from you, who is a qualified job seeker?
Okay. Everybody is qualified depending on what you are qualified to do. Everybody. Now, from this discussion, you're able to know that there are non-indigens, there are indigens. Everybody, if you're a carpenter, you're qualified for a carpentry job. You're a rigger, you're qualified for a rigging job. You're an HR person, you're qualified for an HR job. And if you think you want a job but you don't have a skill, you're qualified for a helper job. Office assistant, cleaner, tea people. BIROC covers everybody that is willing to work. Now, another thing is willingness. What we will not take is some stupid entitlement mentality that you feel you will stay in the house and get a job. Stay in the house and get paid. This is what we will not. Our body language will not permit you to do it. So everybody is qualified except.
Okay, just the last question before I leave.
Okay.
Some people asked me a question and they said the previous administration has called them for that they have been shortlisted by the previous administration rather, and up till now they have not been called. So they're a little bit concerned if there was a proper handover from the previous administration to you. Two of them I have, and they are worried. So who would they meet if there was proper handover? Are they still coming to you? What should they do?
Just two persons. I've attended to like 30. I don't know what's holding that two.
Okay.
First of all, when administrations change, sometimes these companies want to be funny.
Okay.
So, but the office is a continuity. We'll work with the files we have, and if I get such complaints, I trace back to documentation, and I've handled several issues.
Okay.
Although the companies sometimes want to be funny, want to hide away, try to hide. No. But we've gone back, we've looked at records, and so my office is more. It's a PRO, it's a help desk. I tend to many people, several people. So tell those two people to come. The office is open. In fact, I'm the officer that have my number on the door at the gate there. My number is there. They reach me. Okay. Only I say from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay. They reach me. I walk from the house, so
they can hear you.
They can hear me.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay, so your organization is one of the stakeholders that is having the opportunity to interface with most of the multinational. We also have other stakeholders as well that interface, right? So we want to check out the relationship you have with those stakeholders, and suppose there is a sabotage within the system that can hinder the success of the administration. What measures do you intend to use?
First of all, sabotage from stakeholders. I know some very excellent and relevant stakeholders. I want to use the opportunity actually to say a big thank you to His Majesty, the King of Bonny. This team is an excellent selection. I can say on and on and on. The man I'm working under, Masenebo Louis Banigo, has such excellent spirits. The camaraderie, the working ethics are among us. His maturity, his experience is propelling me to work. We all have our jobs and we do our jobs. I want to also thank the council chairman, Honorable Demanengi Maraswa Claude Wilcox. She's an excellent woman. These are stakeholders. I want to also thank my leader, my father, Honorable Rutherford, who are in Long John. These are the people that has made this selection. We are perfect. The chairman, the vice chairman is very vibrant, very intelligent. Myself, the secretary, of course, she came from the educational sector. She's doing her job well. The two members, they're excellent people. In fact, it takes a lot of excellent stakeholders to gather this team.
Okay, so beyond these people you have called, you're looking at the stakeholders from BKL to C.
That's what I'm telling you. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. We are working in synergy. These are the head stakeholders. Every other people fall under them. And I'm saying we are enjoying a very smooth and excellent working relationship. They have set up the ground for us to run, and we're running perfectly, I can tell you. Take it to the bank. We're running perfectly.
Thank you so much for joining us. So viewers have heard it. This is Think Tank TV. My name is Moses Warbo. I had a co-anchor, Mr. Bowman Harold Hart. I want to thank you so much for joining us on this program, and we urge you to do us subscribe to our station, give us a thumbs up, do a comment to us, telling us how we can be of service to you, and we'll be here to serve you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.